Now I will show it is running in distributed mode. So you can see memory and cores used. So it is basically running in distributed mode now. So these values are changing containers. These containers and memory used. So now we can say that it is running in a complete distributed mode. So the job is completed, so everything comes back to zero. Is there any questions? Okay, now I am hand over to Vinay.
So Balaji showed you the demo. So did you follow or do you have any questions? Please reply on the chat. We showed, just demonstrated that this how it works in distributed mode, because last time it was running on a single node. There was some issue with the configuration. So using this web UI, you can actually check whether it is running on multiple nodes. It shows here how much memory of each node is being used, and you can check about the distribution of the job here. So anybody had any questions regarding the demo, or you can please reply on the chat. Okay, so there is a question about this depreciated scripts. Okay, so yeah, we also faced this issue. The system gives a warning about using old scripts of Hadoop version 1.2. Even if you use these scripts, I think there is the system, you can actually, the commands do work. So when you are using these scripts, is there any problem with the command execution, or is the command executing well and it's just a warning kind of a thing? So are the commands working for you? So you are not able to execute the command. Okay, we have not faced this issue. We'll check with it. Okay, when for us we get this warning, but the command we are able to execute. Okay, we'll just try what with this with the problem that you are facing. We'll try to replicate it on our side. Yeah, so I think you also will be getting this this error message. Yeah, so this is for this DFS Hadoop DFS command is there since Hadoop, the older version of Hadoop. So they have updated it to some HDFS command. So you can search for this, what are the HDFS commands instead of this DFS command. and you can execute that command to eliminate this warning. But for even if you use the old command, the command will still execute. As you can see here, I did the ls command and so it had no issues with execution. So you can check with this whatever are the new HDFS commands and use it with this version of Hadoop, since this is a newer version of Hadoop.
For 10 minutes అయిందా స్టూడెంట్స్ చెప్తున్నారు ఇన్స్టలేషన్ చెప్తున్నారు ఇంకా
Yeah, after ls you have to give this slash, because it has to this like the file system, like the Linux file system also, this Hadoop file system also will start with a slash. So you will have to give the slash after ls. So here you can see if I just give the slash, it will show what is under that root tree. Okay. So, I think maybe because of that you are getting that error.
ఏదైనా పర్లేదు ఎంత ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్ అని తెచ్చుకున్నాను.
Yeah, so there is another question here, we'll check with it. So yes, you want to you want to access the web UI of the name node daemon. So name node daemon, it runs on in port, the correct port number you will have to give. It will run on 500. So this is the so yeah, the name node daemon, you will get this web UI on 50070 port number. Okay. This is a file system web UI. So I think you have to give the IP address and the correct port number. You might be making some error there. Okay, so you gave the correct port number, it seems. So I think you should be able to access, because we are doing the same thing here. So if IP address and port number if you give, this you can see the web UI of the node name node, and from this you can check the file system. If you have uploaded any files, you can check the file system from this web UI. Or you might have some proxy server or something which might be blocking, but the procedure is only this much. There is no additional thing that is there. Any other small issues, you can reply on the chat. You saw how this after changing the HDFS site.xml and this yarn site.xml with this updated files, we can execute it on a distributed cluster. We will show you the files again. So what you do is you download all these files and you replace these XML files and try. I think there should not be any issue. You can try executing this word count example again, and then you can try with a slight modification of the word count program which professor had told you about 1 or 2 weeks ago. Co-occurring words in a file. co-occurring words are words which appear one after the another, uh, and then you have to output the count of co-occurring words. You can take a text file and output the count of co-occurring words. You have to change, modify the map and reduce functions in the word count example, and then you have to compile the program and create a jar and execute the same way as we executed this job. So using this command, we executed this word count example. So what you have to do is change this word count to your program, and you have to create a jar out of your program and put the jar file in place of this file and execute the program in the same way. Okay. You have to separately compile your program and create a jar out of it.
recording
Sorry about that. We forgot to give our mail IDs. I'll give my mail IDs right now. So my and Balaji's email address I've put it. You can mail us and ask any small issues that we have. And first to try with this changed XML files. Some of you last time had tried with changing some yarn set parameters and was not able to run it, and someone tried on 6-node cluster or 3-node cluster and you were having some errors. So you can try with this yarn XML file and you will not have any issues with this.
File share చేస్తున్నారు వాళ్ళు అది ఎలా
So maybe professor will take the next class. So before Wednesday you can quickly try executing on a distributed cluster. Create a 2 or 3-node cluster and try this out. When professor comes back, he'll also ask you about the assignment. You can also try the assignment. And if you have any other doubts, you can ask us on the mail. And if you have any doubts for sir, also you can ask on Wednesday. Any other questions you have regarding installation and setup? You can ask right now on the chat. So we tested our setup on using one master node and 3 slave nodes. Okay, so we created a 3-node cluster where one node is acts as a master and a slave, and there are 2 separate slave nodes. You can see this one and this one, and this one is a master, and we checked how to. You can see how using this resource manager UI, you can check on how many nodes the job is executing. Yes, of course, it will depend on where the block where the file block is placed. Okay, so if your file is entirely on then the job will be executed on that node. So you can try with large files, so that large files are also with replication factor of 2 or 3, that you can your MapReduce program will be executed on all the nodes of the cluster, and you can check that using this UI. This is a resource manager UI, which I think most of you would have already checked. So if you have any questions, you can reply on the chat, or else we can finish for today, and you can ask any doubts later. So this is slightly shorter session, because it was only a revision of the previous thing, and whatever part was remaining from previous session. Okay, there's a question related to memory configuration parameters. This file have you configured these memory parameters? Is it the yarn file, or is it the this one MapReduce file, MapReduce.xml file?
ఏవియోని అమృత యూనివర్సిటీలో కనెక్ట్ చేశారు, డౌన్లోడ్ చేశారు. సేమ్ జస్ట్ లైక్ స్కైప్. మనం స్కైప్ ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేసుకోవట్లేదు?
Okay, so you are using default parameters in the yarn site.xml.
ఏవి మనం పర్చేస్ చేస్తాం సార్? ఫ్రీ సార్. అది ఎక్కడ అన్ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ వాటితో చేస్తాం. గవర్నమెంట్ వాటికి కాబట్టి అందరూ ఫ్రీ సార్.
So the issue might be your system would have less RAM than what is configured by default in the yarn-site.xml. Okay, so we'll also check how to reduce, how to override the default in the yarn-site.xml file. Okay, you can there must be an option to reduce the default memory allocation in yarn-site.xml. We'll also check and update you. Okay. Or if you have a system with higher RAM, you can just try if it is easy for you. Okay, so I think this 2004 paper will be, it is which paper? It is a Hadoop related paper or a MapReduce related paper? I think it will be a MapReduce related paper, because Hadoop was not available that time. Yeah, the paper in the paper they have not used Hadoop actually. They have implemented. They have a separate implementation of MapReduce, which they have done in C++. So they have not used Hadoop. So Hadoop will have a completely different way of functioning. Hadoop will have MapReduce and HDFS and other core functionalities. So the data in the paper may not be directly applicable. You will have to check the documentation of Apache Yarn for that, or how to over at the default memory settings in yarn.xml, you have to check the latest Apache documentation. We'll also check if it is possible to try on a system with slightly higher RAM.